mortals. I'm the BookTube goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. One of my favorite science fiction series is Dune by Frank Herbert. Now, I read Dune at the exact right time when I was 15 or 16. I think I got it when I was going to the beach, and I just devoured that entire series. And that is kind of the perfect age when books can really grab you. What I mean by that is when you're at that certain age, sometimes a book can have a real big impact on you, can really speak to you. And for whatever reason, Dune did that for me. Dune is about a young boy named Paul Atreides. His family is, this is like far, far in the future, and there's an empire. And there are dukes that sort of control planets. And Paul's father controls this paradise of a planet, and he is relocated by the emperor to the planet Arrakis, also known as Dune. And this planet is central to the entire empire because it produces something called spice.
The spice must flow.
Now, the emperor has appointed the Atreides to Arrakis not because he's being nice to them, giving him this powerful planet, but because of this political sort of infighting, especially with the Harkonnens, who controlled it before the Atreides and are very upset that they were kicked out of Arrakis. Now, the reason why spice is so important is because there's this other species called the merchants, the guild merchants, who control the spaceways. They control space flight by folding space, sort of like a tesseract. And they need the drug called spice in order to fold space. So this planet is so important. It's like at the center of this empire. And there is also a mystic class called the Bene Gesserits, who are all women. This was written in the 70s, so it's kind of sexist, but the only ones with these mystic powers of precognition, seeing into the future, are the Bene Gesserits. And the Bene Gesserits also consume spice in order to get their precog powers, and they have this prophecy that a boy, a man-child, will one day be able to take part in the ritual of the Bene Gesserits and become sort of this prophet, this chosen one that changes the direction of the entire empire. And the Bene Gesserits have been looking for this person for centuries. So guess what? Paul Atreides, whose mother is also a Bene Gesserit, and she's a consort of the Duke. The Duke actually has a wife who is a princess or daughter or granddaughter, I forget. But she's related to the emperor, but they don't really see each other. It's all very medieval, this sort of consorts and marriages and that type of thing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is a story of Paul Atreides, who we find out is the chosen one of the Bene Gesserits. He would be the male Bene Gesserit who could pass this ritual and change the course of history forever. Of course, the Bene Gesserits want to control the chosen one. I forget what it's called. I know Paul changes his name to Muad'Dib when he interacts with the natives of Arrakis, the Fremen. Now, I'm not sure why I was so taken in with Paul Atreides. I think maybe it was because he was a young man taking part in these women's mysteries, the mysteries of the Bene Gesserit, these powerful female force. So a young gay boy of a certain proclivities may have identified some part with that part of Paul, I think. I don't know. But I remember I even memorized his litany against fear.
I must not fear. Fear is a mind killer. Fear is a little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will let it pass over me and through me. And when the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
May have gotten that wrong, but it's something I memorized and used as my personal little mantra because I was a little fearful. Now, fast forward to the 1980s. I don't know what year, but at some time, David Lynch directed, I don't know if he produced it, but he directed the movie Dune, which has gotten a lot of heat. And it's a challenging movie because I remember convincing my roommate and his girlfriend to take me to see this movie because I didn't have a car. I was so excited and I was just like engrossed in it. But halfway through the movie, my roommate goes,
"Do you want to leave now?"
Because it was that confusing to anyone that never read the books. It's an odd movie. The space merchants are the guild that takes spice and folds space and travels through the stars. I sort of imagined as humanoid, but David Lynch envisioned them as these giant sperms with a vagina-looking mouth. Now, David Lynch was known for this short film called Eraserhead. And if you've seen the movie Eraserhead, it is bizarre. But the aesthetic of Eraserhead kind of explains David Lynch's mind when he did Dune. And he also did another movie called Blue Velvet, which is excellent, but it's not science fiction or fantasy or anything. So I don't know why they got him to direct this movie, but it is what it is. I actually liked the 1980s version of Dune. I'm probably one of the few people that really liked it, but I don't know how much of that is I liked it as a film or just because it hooked me on the nostalgia. Now, fast forward again to, the early 2000s. The Sci-Fi Channel decided to do a miniseries of Dune, which again I was very excited about. And I know it had Susan Sarandon, who I really like as an actor, and I assume she was going to play the Mother Superior, Bene Gesserit, but that was an awful movie. And the first movie went up, I think, a book and a half. The first book and half the second book, and I forget how far the miniseries went. But neither of them have really done justice to Dune, like, for instance, Peter Jackson has done with Lord of the Rings or HBO with Game of Thrones. I think it really deserves that type of treatment. So anyway, I saw there was a trailer for the new Dune and I wanted to react to it. I started watching it, then I thought, oh, wait a second, this will be a good video so I can talk a little bit about Dune and react to the actual trailer. So, oh, I'm nervous. Okay, let's watch the trailer for Dune. Perfect age for Paul Atreides.
I can't control it.
Timothy Chalamet.
What did you see?
And Channing.
There's a crusade.
It's not a big love story, so.
Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them?
Yes.
That's the Bene Gesserit.
The test is simple. Remove your hand from the box, and you die.
Thanks in the box.
Pain.
You inherit too much power. You have proven you can rule yourself.
Duncan,
Now
Idaho.
you must learn to rule others. Something none of your ancestors learned.
I don't know where that came
An
from.
entire planet.
He's losing it.
He's getting a richer
Dune.
one.
He'll lose that one too. Arrakis is a death trap.
Oh.
This is an extermination. They're picking my family off one by one.
Let's fight like demons.
Oh, Aquaman.
An animal
Yes.
caught in a trap will gnaw off its own leg to escape. What will you
Oh,
do?
you do.
I know you.
One day,
Baron Harkonnen,
the legend will be born.
the worm.
All of civilization depends on it.
The future. I can see it.
Love the soundtrack.
I must not fear.
Fear is the mind killer.
Fear is the mind killer.
My Lord Duke.
Where the fear is gone, only I will remain.
You skipped some parts, but
Go, go, go!
yes. Okay, I'm excited about this movie, and I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. You can't really tell from trailers. Well, sometimes you can tell from a trailer, but this trailer has gotten me really excited. I haven't read Dune since I first read it as a teenager, and part of the reason why is because I don't want to ruin my nostalgia, because I kind of pick books apart, or I read them differently than I did back then. But I kind of want to read Dune before the movie comes out just to get a different perspective. And let me know if you'd like a video of that, if I should read Dune before the movie comes out and do kind of a movie comparison like Dominic Noble does. Oh well, I'm excited. I don't know if you are. I don't know what you think of Dune. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for this movie, if you've read Dune, if you plan to read Dune. And don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, do all that good stuff, because it will really help out my channel. And until we meet again, may all the books you read be blessed.